Okay, so now you guys are currently caught up to exactly where I am. We have an appointment coming up in a few days, and then we're gonna discuss the action plan that we're gonna put in place. I'm pretty sure that there's gonna be more doctors being brought on. I have officially agreed to the surgery, getting the surgery done, because obviously Sis Troy has to come out. Every time I walk out, somebody is saying congratulations. And when I was going to get my ultrasound the other day, this lady was like, it's a girl. And I just laughed, right? Because that's all I do. And I'm like, no, it's a boy. And so we're getting ready to embark on this mission. I'm going to take you guys with me every step of the way on this mission to get this enormous cyst out of me, and the recovery and so on and so forth. I know unless they do a biopsy before you get it done, there's honestly no way that they can tell if it's cancerous until they open it up, right? Because your blood work can say one thing, and then they can just be like, yep, it's gonna be cancerous, and then they get in and it's not cancerous at all. So really they have to just get in there and be able to look around to see if cancer is present. So I keep those things in mind, and I also know that God has the final say. Also, like, I know that I just feel like I'm okay, you know. Whatever the situation is, however this may have to go, I know that I'm okay. Again, 2% of dermoid cysts turn into cancer. 2%. So I'm not saying that mine cannot. I'm not. But what I am saying is that whatever it is, I'm okay, because I know that God got me. An ovarian cyst is, you know, it's just something, you know, in the female reproductive system. And I am just pushing to get this done as soon as possible with my team. And I don't know who, but I am going to tell you that I am under the directives of a Black doctor. I like her energy. Again, she's just real slow, but she was like, no, we gonna figure this out. So I am praying that it all goes well. I am praying that you know, she do what she do. She seems to be extremely knowledgeable. She is an older doctor, so, you know, she has a lot of experience under her belt. And when I went to see her, she was like, she was like, we're not sweeping this under the rug. And she was like, so they told you if it didn't hurt that you could keep it? And I was like, yeah, that's what they said. And then I said, I had one doctor, she wanted to take it out, but she was more so for the surgery. It wasn't pain at the time. And she was like, oh, yeah, they should have took this out at 10 centimeters. And I was like, that's when they was telling me not to worry about it. So, you know, she's really staying on me. She's really like, no, we finna get to the bottom of this. We finna get this done. We finna figure this out, you know, type thing. She is a little, what do I want to say? She's a little extra when it comes down to, oh, it could this, you like, you know, like a little bit on the negative side sometimes. And obviously she has to tell me, you know, what she has to tell me. But in my mind, I just be like blocking it out, like, nope, I'm not, you know, worried about that. But anytime you're dealing with a huge cyst, the first thing they want to check and see is if it's cancerous, because it's growing so fast. But if you look at the history of dermoid cysts are like some fast growing cysts, right? And they can grow extremely slow, and then all of a sudden it just like grows fast. So to give you an example, that it was at 10 centimeters for like forever. After I had the medical miscarriage and went through that, like it did something to the cyst. When I took that medicine, it did something to the cyst. So then it was at 17 centimeters, right? The end of 2022, it was at 17 centimeters. Well, no, in 2022, it was at 17 centimeters. And then I was doing things like changing up my diet and so on and so forth. And then the cyst like went down to 15 centimeters, right? So it did shrink like at the end of 2022. So I was like, okay, so this thing shrunk. It shrunk to 15 centimeters at the end of 2022. When I went in August 3rd of 2024 to get the ultrasound, Sis Troy was 27 centimeters. How did he grow that fast in that short amount of time? I don't know. So that's what they're like, oh, this is scary. We want to make sure it's not this, it's not that. But I'm not saying to like guesstimate. I'm just telling you to make sure that you do your proper screenings. I'm telling you to make sure that you have a team around you that you're comfortable with. You being comfortable is very important. I am as holistic as it comes. But there's a time that we still have to work together. Be your own advocate, right? Be your own advocate, but we still have to work with the doctors, even though they do such a poor job when it comes to Black women. We still have to, work with them, with their imaging, making sure that our body is right, making sure that we're okay. Because when something is wrong at this magnitude, I am 10 months pregnant, okay? So I'm walking around 10 months pregnant. There's no herbal remedy that has assisted me. And I have been on trying every herbal remedy that you can name from 2021 to now. And they do not work for dermoid cysts. A regular cyst, if it grows big, you have the potential of it shrinking. A dermoid cyst does not shrink. Not with that stuff. And I feel like when it went down for those 2 centimeters, it's probably how they measured. But I did, I had went vegan for a while. I stopped eating chicken for a while. It was like so many things that I was doing to just try to see what, I could do. Along with holistic things, it was like definitely changing up my diet, changing up, what I'm doing in that aspect. Now, on a spiritual note, right? It is said that, your gut holds the energy from the spiritual attacks that you go under. And so we got to keep that in mind, because you have some miserable people that will attack your womb, that will attack your gut, that will attack, your internal organs because they miserable. Okay. So, I keep all of those things in mind, and I say, you won't win. So we will be prepping for surgery, and I'm going to take you guys along the way with me to go through this entire process. And guess what? We praying and we staying positive, because it's all good. Again, I have no symptoms other than fatigue, and I've had fatigue before this, right, due to the fibroids. So it's not to the point where fatigue, I'm always sleep, because I'm not. I intermediate fast. So because I eat between the hours of 12 and 7 p.m., baby, I'm up. I'm up. When I get up in the morning, I do my thing. I get the kids out. I do my morning prayer call, get the kids out, and then I go back to sleep. And when I finally get up for the day, I'm up. So, it's like all of the things that they're saying, other than my stomach being swollen. If it wasn't for my stomach being swollen, I wouldn't have knew nothing. I wouldn't have even, looked into it, because everything is perfectly fine. I still eat. Baby, I'm gonna sit down and put some food away. So it's always good to get your checkups and stay on top of what you need to stay on top of. I know we want to think, okay, we could just be holistic and we don't have to go check. But there's so much stuff being placed in our foods that we still got to be smart about what we do. So enjoy the ride. Peace.